So as soon as I saw that myself, I was like, right, business plan for my business. So just to let you know, that's one of the benefits of having a great business plan. It can up the price when you sell it.
Certainly can, certainly can. Along with lots of other things that add value to a business. A plan, a database. You know, how many people in this room have got a database of their customers? So not everybody, but you know, that's a lot of the value of your business is the database. So if you haven't got a database, you're reducing the value of your business. Quite easy to get a free database. Anybody that you're dealing with, get them on your database, and then you can start to market to them. So it's not unusual for people not to capture contact details of the people they deal with. The other important thing is an operating manual. We're going to talk about leverage and systems, but how many people in the room have got an operating manual that describes how their business works so they could use it to give to a new recruit? Right, so there's only a couple. So again, that's another area. Sorry?
Both the VAs.
Both the VAs, that's right. Well, that's you passing what you preach, aren't you? I would have been surprised if you hadn't put your hands up on it, but well done. But again, that's another valuable part of the business when you sell it. Not only when you sell it, but it's a massively important part of the business when you're running it. We'll talk about that when we come to leverage. So destination, it's important. I talked about my why earlier on. It's really important when you're running a business to get into why you're in business. What is the real reason you're in business? And get to the emotion of what it is about your business that is important to you. And what does it give you? Because a business is there to deliver something for you on a personal level. And very often we lose the connection between the business and what it delivers to us personally. So it's really important in business to get that clear. Why are you in business? What's the reason? Simon Sinek, if you look for his video on why, it's only 7 minutes. It's a really important video. Check it out. It's all about the power of why. And that's where you start with your destination. Why am I in business? And then what is it I need to do? What do I need to acquire? What skills? And then you start to form the basis of a plan. A couple of quick slides. This is just the kind of how you could potentially put a plan together. So you start with a vision. A vision is, what does the business look like in 100 years' time? Bigger than you, bigger than you can ever imagine. And that's the inspiration for the team. And the mission and the values. Again, never underestimate the importance of the mission. The mission is how do you get to your vision. The Action Coach vision is world abundance through business or education. It's bigger than Brad Sugars could ever even think about in his lifetime. And your vision needs to be inspiring in that way. Inspiring for you, inspiring for the people in your team. And the mission and core values. Another thing about values are an important part of what drives you. Always try and find a business that satisfies your values. And always within that business, try and do the things that support your values. I quite like numbers. I enjoy numbers. I don't have to think about having to do that because I would do that at any opportunity. That's an important part of business for me. So having a vision, a long-term vision, defining the culture and the rules of the game. We'll pick that up in team. What is the culture you want to operate in your team? What are the rules? If you don't define the rules, people in the team will make their rules up. Having targets and goals and an action plan are all part of getting a clear view of what your destination is. I'm just going to show you a slide that highlights how important it is for you to have goals. We talk a lot about goals when we're in coaching. This is based on a study of Australian students, and what they did was they asked students at the point at which they were students, did they have any written goals at that point, at the point that they were students, and they went back to the students, I think it was 20, 25 years later, to find out how they fared in life. So of the 70% that had 70% have no written goals. A goal's got to be written down. It's got to be written down. It's got to be clear. It's got to be specific. So 70% of those students had no goals of any or verbal goals or plans. 27 had verbal goals that they defined at the point at which they were students. So they had it in their head, but they hadn't written it down. 3% had written goals. And the collection of those students, 98% of the wealth of that group was with those that had got written down goals. So if that's not a good reason to write down your goals and get clear on your goals, I'm not sure what is. Right. everybody loves finance, don't they, I think, so I'll go through this quickly. There's a bit of a test here for you guys, so let's see who's got the numbers. So I'm going to pop this graph up, for those of you can see it. This is, I've got pounds on this graph, on this axis, and units on the other. And I just want you to shout out what you think the line might represent. So what might that line represent in financial terms? So it's a straight line, sorry. Sorry? We'll get to break even, but break even is one of the points I'm trying to make. You're absolutely right. It's not quite break even though. So
In the red.
in the red, no, okay.
Profit margin.
I'd hold profit margin would be going up. So it's something in the business that's fairly that's consistent.
Costs.
Yeah, so it is fixed costs. You're right. Okay. So that's fixed costs. These are numbers that you should know. What are your fixed costs? To get to break even, you need to know what your fixed costs are. Any views on that? I'll give you a clue, it's costs. Variable costs, right, okay, yeah, okay. And what about that one? So start to move away from costs, I think. Oh no, so we're not now, that's also costs. That's total costs, okay, so it's a combination of the fixed costs and the variable costs. Really important that you know what your fixed costs and your variable costs. Everybody okay with the concept of fixed costs versus variable costs? Yeah, fixed costs generally don't move as you sell more. So rent is often a fixed cost for a lot of businesses because it's the same monthly cost. It's a cost you've got to cover irrespective of how much volume you do. Variable costs do vary with volume. Okay, any views on that one? So we're away from cost, I think, now. Yeah, revenue, okay, revenue, okay. So, what would you say this the point at? What's this point? What's that point? Yeah, yeah, okay. So again, it's important to know that number. So the point at which the revenue crosses the total cost, you know you're at break even. You know, for any further units you sell beyond that, you're starting to get to a point where you're making profit. Now, some restaurants actually know at what point in the day they break even. That's how kind of important this is motivationally and from the perspective of running the business. So beyond that, you're into the land of profit. And these are numbers that are important for you guys to know. So how many people see financial information on a monthly basis? Right, okay, so it's fair, yeah, okay. Is that, what type of information are you seeing? In terms of, is it profit and loss account or what is it?